help people understand. First, give us that. Like, what do you mean? How is it possible that my emotions aren't necessarily useful or true? And then we'll balance it with the idea of how important emotions actually are.
Well, in a Japanese Zen way, your emotions are truth because you are feeling the way you're feeling. Okay, so that's real, right? But it could stem from a very false source as well. Okay, so let's just go back to that example that I gave earlier of the young boy who felt abandoned by his mother, right? And his whole pattern in his life is to be the one that's doing the abandoning, so he's not abandoning himself. So in the moment that he's with this woman, within this relationship that's been going on, he's starting to feel something's wrong with her. She's bad. She's not right for me. She's gonna, I better leave this relationship, right? He's not reacting on what she's doing. His emotions are not coming from what she could be perfectly fine. She could be totally loving. He's projecting onto her his own emotions. What he feels is genuine. He genuinely feels that something is wrong, but it doesn't come from the truth itself. It comes from some deeper, much deeper pain. So your emotions, you feeling them, but the source of them, you have no idea what the source is, right? So, you explode at somebody in your office tomorrow because of something, and then you don't realize that in the morning you were already put in a bad mood by something that somebody else said, and that kind of made you prone to like exploding later on in the day. You are seeing that other person that triggered you, but you're not seeing what happened earlier in the day that set the tone for it, that planted the seed for your being triggered, right? So you don't have access to the source of what's really causing your emotions. Now, I'll be honest, you're never going to get true access to the actual source of it because there's something buried very deep inside. Who knows where it came from? Who knows how young you were? Who knows really the unconscious processes that were going on? Okay, so you're never going to get at the core of the real truth, but you can get closer to it. You cannot react in the moment. You can say, if you're this young man who's trapped in this pattern, it's a very difficult thing to go, but is it true that she's actually being like that? If I actually step back and analyzed her words, they're totally neutral. She's not being mean or vicious. She's not about to leave me, right? Or she's not betraying me in any way. It's totally neutral, right? And I often go through that process. I've been in a relationship for a long time where I get a little bit upset and angry and I'm blaming her and blah, blah, blah. And I have to go back, like, it takes a couple hours for the microwave to kind of cool down, right? And you go, no way, man. Why does she feel the way she's feeling? Well, it probably comes from me, but I'm totally projecting onto her, right? So just the idea that you're projecting your emotions onto people, just the idea that you're reacting to something that's an illusion, it's a mirage, is liberating enough because it's going to prevent you from doing stupid things. How many times, I've had this problem, do you get angry and you send that angry email voicing all of your upset and displeasure, and then 2 hours later you go, shit, I wish I hadn't said that. I wish I hadn't revealed my vulnerability. I wish I had, I overreacted, right? So the ability to write that email and then put it in the draft folder and never send it. And, I have this thing in my own computer where in my email, that draft folder is getting larger and larger. It's got 12, it's got 20, it's got 80 things in it. That shows me 80 times I have put that thing into the draft folder and I have a degree of control.